Trails Commission, January 16th, 2025 meeting. And we'll start with roll call. Christensen here.
Anderson here.
Schmidt here.
Nybo here.
Strailer here.
Great, and I will invite everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, agenda approval. We have one amendment. Under 10, we're adding a C for a watershed update. Otherwise, someone would make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve as amended.
And a
Second.
Great. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting minutes from the December 19th meeting. Any questions, corrections, etc.?
They came in late, and I'm sorry about it. They're shorter than the last set, though.
I was gonna say, who typed them?
They're still long.
Yeah, we talked about a lot.
Part of what I use the minutes for is like, we don't have to do them verbatim and we don't have to do them that detailed, but it's really helpful for me to go back and read it versus having to go back in the video and watch it. I can get the answers a lot faster from the minutes. So if you guys don't like the format, we can certainly change it.
We just don't find typos that way, though. I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Great, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on, open forum, no members, or no one in the public for comments? We don't take online comments. Presentations, none. Unfinished business. Jessica, you want to give us an update on the PEP
I would love
program and
to.
legacy?
Alrighty, so just a little update. City Council approved the PEP program on the 9th, so last Thursday. This morning, Seth and I met with See My Legacy to kind of explore more options, understand the back end of things a little more thoroughly. And it still holds true that I think that this is going to be a really good fit for us. They've got fundraising opportunities, they've got ways to incorporate that park enhancement program, and volunteer opportunities. And the more I thought about it and heard from them, I was realizing we could use it for things like garden club. This club wants more people in it, and we can finally give them something that might give them a better chance at getting more people. All of this would be on a centralized main landing page, so everything would be in the exact same spot, which makes it more convenient for people. Like, you can just find everything. So I want to make sure that I'm headed down the right direction for you guys. As far as fundraising goes, I'm envisioning the city park project, and that can get more specific into amenities, so like the splash pad, the playground, the building, probably not the parking lot. I don't think that's really what we're looking for. But then Night to Unite, I mean, we have donations for that all the time too. So kind of establishing more of a fundraising philosophy, I guess, and how we utilize this can really hone in on that. The park enhancement program can also be a use for it, so benches, bike racks, bricks, things that we talked about similar to the December meeting. But I envision that we'll revisit this following the February 13th work session and meeting. We'll have more information from council on the city park project and then future park projects as well. My vision and what I understand to be the vision from the top down is that we'll be looking at, in terms of funding, what are we looking to accomplish with City Park, and then how does that impact the other neighborhood parks? Really kind of getting more of a timeline and a budget honed in. So I would envision we come back to park enhancement in probably February, March. The other thing though is that volunteer opportunities. So Night to Unite, instead of using things like Sign Up Genius, which is something, it's a free platform, but it doesn't look as nice when you're using the free platform. So I think this will help us get more people because it looks nicer, it can be run better, and it's all centralized. But if there's any other areas that you think that this could be utilized, I'm working with our PD as well to see if they have any opportunities that they could use it. We get unlimited users, which is really exciting. I also think that there might be an opportunity to expand out further with some of our nonprofit organizations and partners in the community for some of their events, but I think that's a conversation down the road a little bit. Once we kind of understand the system a little bit better, then I can kind of go, hey, maybe you guys want to coordinate with us and we can work together. Do these seem like I'm heading in the right direction? Are there other areas that you kind of think would be more beneficial?
Is this a link on our website?
It will be. So it'll be a link from our website to kind of a different website. And honestly, I might be able to pull up kind of their mock version really quick. But it keeps everything in that centralized location, and it almost looks like a Facebook page, to be honest with you. And keeping in mind this is not live. Oops. So, again, it's not live, this is very much a demo, and all of the information still needs to be updated, I haven't actually touched it. But you can put pictures on there, this will show you about your campaigns. So this would be where we could have like a splash pad fundraiser, or the garden club volunteering. I think they did try and pull in some of the things that we do, so that they could give a more realistic idea of what it would look like. But so it allows people to go in, choose a shift, it tells you how many are left, what you're planning on doing, why it makes a difference. And then we can include pictures as well. And then we can, this is where our community stories would live. So as people adopt those amenities and create those stories, it shows it on a map, and then you can see those stories come to life. So this was, if you recall, I had talked about the example they gave us of Grandma Helen with her cookies. They had a cookie recipe and talked about Grandma Helen and her story. It gives you an option to do quite a few slides to talk about, but maybe it just won't work on this end for now because it's a demo. But it allows people that opportunity to really personalize their page. So I think it'll go a long way. It'll let people invest in the park and get something that's gonna last a while. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's really
And
cool.
we get a lot of customer support.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like, they're
Okay, that's
willing
what I
to
was gonna
do
ask
most of the
was
setup
how
on
much,
it.
yeah, I was gonna say, how much is the overhead, like the maintenance, is that something you manage all the things, or?
They told me that if I wanted to email them everything and
All the
just have them do it, I could.
That's cool.
I like to get my hands a little dirty, right? So like, I'll let them do the first part at it, and then I'll kind of go in and tweak things as we need to. But I would envision they're doing a lot of it.
Nice.
So then from a fundraising perspective, the money is through there, and then they,
Once a week, they send the
City.
money back to us.
Yeah.
We set it up to get a check, I think, because that was the way our finance preferred it.
and on this, can you do surveys too, did you mention, or for not really? 'Cause you said Sign Up
No.
Genius, and I thought I've done like surveys on Sign Up Genius.
Really?
In a way, yeah,
Oh, I've never used Sign Up Genius for surveys.
yeah,
We've been using JotForm.
okay.
Speaking of surveys, I am working on our dog park survey as well. That's just, it's most of the way done, but I've been using JotForm for things like that. As long as you don't meet a threshold for how many get submitted, then you don't have to pay for it. We also have been looking at Microsoft Office has a forms or something.
Forms, yeah.
So we might use that because we already have Microsoft Office through the city. But no, unfortunately, this doesn't do surveys.
Okay.
There's another
No,
one too, social pinpoint,
yeah.
I think.
I was more thinking like on the back end, like if you can get some analytics, like year over year, like how much did the fundraiser, but it sounds like the company would provide you with that based
Mhm.
on how you're telling it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's exciting stuff.
I suppose my only concern is that now if we have software, then that will somehow limit the kinds of things we can do. And it's tempting to say, I don't know how to do that in this software, so now we can't do it. And it may never happen, but we would certainly not want that to be the limiting factor for something that we want to do. That we
I think
would
their
either, we'd
staff-
find another way around it, or that,
Their
you know,
staff would probably find a way
they'll
around it.
find a way around it.
They
But,
were
yeah.
so passionate and like wanted to solve any problem we had, answered
great.
every question I had. I mean, I'm very impressed by their customer service at this point.
Just
And-
your software.
You know, I don't know when they were incorporated. New to us.
Yeah.
And the residents in Corcoran will have really nothing to do with their personnel, or all they're gonna do is use it as a vehicle for inputting information.
Correct. And then if they have
Okay.
questions, they can certainly contact
Yeah.
me and I can go in on the back end. And that's why I do want to get my hands a little dirty. That way I can help our residents. I wouldn't want to send them to a different company. It just seems less personal for a program that is so personal.
Yeah, that's good.
Once we get it set up, you're gonna show us.
Yes. We could even do like a work session.
We could.
Yeah.
Because realistically, you're the advocates for the parks and trails and recreation.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping you guys help get the word out.
Get out there, snap some pictures.
Yeah, sell some benches.
And,
And if the two of us can use it, pretty much anybody can use it. So.
Give yourself more credit. Any other questions on that though?
It's great.
That looks good. Okay, new business, commissioner term updates.
Yes. So, at this point, in February, the terms that are expiring would have been Michelle's, I'm sorry, Commissioner, now Counselor Friedrich, Commissioner Anderson, and Commissioner Schmidt. I did answer your email about, yeah, you came in on Commissioner Weifel's term, so she already had a year in, so now you only get the 2 years, so sorry about that. But you can reapply. Commissioner Anderson, same goes for you, just you got the full 3. It sounds like Deb, our city clerk, should be sending something out soon if you haven't gotten an application yet. And then just submit it to her, and then council will look at them and go, all right, we appoint so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so, so. Otherwise, Chair Christensen, you're up next year, and then Commissioner Erzberger is the following, and Nybo and Strahler just re-upped, so they are here for 3 full years.
Thank you.
How fun.
On our vacancy here, did we get
We
some?
have it open right now. I don't know, I'm not handling very much of that at this point, so I probably won't find out until we have the applications in hand and it closes. So I don't know how many we have, if anyone has applied.
So it's online
Yep,
now?
yep.
When did it go online?
When or where?
When?
I think a week or 2 ago.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
We were talking about it a while ago. As soon as Commissioner Friedrich had put in her resignation, I was hoping that it would go live as soon as her resignation became effective. That way we had more time to fill it.
Okay.
To my knowledge, I know it's on the dynamic sign out front. I know it's on the website, and I believe that we posted about it on social, but if we haven't, I can talk to our communications guy and questions on that?
Great.
Yeah, okay.
All right, city park playground, we got some options to look at.
Yes. Excuse me. So on the 19th, we had gone through a lot of information about 60% designs for City Park. Everyone seemed to agree that option B wasn't quite what the commission was looking for the playground. The direction was explore integrating elements from options A and option C kind of into each other. The main asks were, can option A's slide be moved up higher? Yes, it can. The other question was, what is the tower size comparatively? Option C was 1 foot taller than option A. Very close. They all came in at the same budgeted amount because they were given a budget to work with. However, option C generally tends to be a little more expensive. So the recommendation from staff is to go forward with option A because they can incorporate the things that the commission was concerned about. They are more economical in general. Generally, their items cost a little less but are still very good quality. And they've also provided multiple renditions of the design to date. They've been really easy to work with, long and short of it. So it's ultimately up to you guys, but I wanted to provide that. And this is, I think, the only thing left other than adjournment that I need a motion on. But I'd be happy to answer questions.
Can you put the pictures on
I could
If you
if
can't,
I
that's
had
fine.
them. Give me 1 second.
Mine's black.
That's fine.
When I first looked at these, I thought option A was my favorite, even without knowing that that was an easy to work with vendor. And this isn't our final, so we'll have another go around. So if there's anything you want to change, we'll have another
Yeah,
chance
this
to
is just
talk
for the
through that.
company.
Yes.
Yes,
So, yeah.
we can still sub out pieces. And I think the other area that the commission seemed to like was the integration of the hillside on C. And I think that there's plenty of opportunity to integrate the hillside a little more on any of them.
Any option, yeah.
Mhm. Questions, comments, thoughts?
We nailed the barn theme, or the farm. I like that the tower and the barn there are more enclosed. I think that's more fun for the kids. You know, like almost like a playhouse versus more open.
So we need a motion to go with Playworld? Is that what you? I'll make a motion to use Playworld as our
Excellent.
designing.
That's option A, right?
Option A, yes, sorry.
Can we get a second for that motion?
Sure, I'll second that.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent. That was easy.
That feels good, gotta say.
Yeah.
We're making progress.
Decisions. All right, reports and information, planning project update. Jeremy's on. Any questions on any of these?
There weren't any, was this updated during the last month? Was this,
Yes, he actually updated it specifically for this commission because I don't think they had a planning meeting and it wouldn't have otherwise been updated until council, like the second council meeting this month. Is there something missing?
no, I could ask you what the changes were, what the updates were.
The
I
blue.
couldn't-
The blue?
The blue.
Chad got him to do that for us, that sure helps.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was way back, it was like, what changed? You know, if you didn't memorize it. Yeah, no, it really helps.
Which ones are blue? My packet doesn't show color.
It's the
Like
bottom.
kind of italicized,
Like the last few.
italicized and blue,
You can keep it.
for those that,
I know where it is.
That A&A tree thing with, over by Public Works might be interesting,
Mhm.
for yard waste and,
It'll be pretty popular.
and recycling, yeah.
Yeah.
To go to Brooklyn Park for recycling now. That'd be nice.
St. Thomas is looking to build a new
Oh, yeah.
Sanctuary, that's a big deal.
Trying
It's
to
been
raise
in the
money
works
for
for
a
a
while.
while.
Is it? Okay. I think you could just tack it onto the old one, or
No, it's gonna be up the hill. Well,
who knows?
okay, don't quote me, but I was told that literally the county owns all the way almost up to the altar. Be due to, and so if we
Right-
widen
right
the
away.
road, you'll be driving through church.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, sad, huh? I mean, the building's been there, it should be on the historic register in my mind, but.
Well, yeah. It's always a mixed thing to put it on the historic register. 'Cause
Yeah,
then you have to, then you can't do anything, yeah.
right.
Well, good for them. That's good.
So yeah, they've been fundraising and stuff, I think.
Okay.
Good.
Any other comments, questions? All right, let's move on. Parks, Recreation, Trails update.
I've been doing things. Baseball registration is open. Last week it was open to just residents. This week it is open to all. I don't have numbers for you. I don't even have totals for who has registered this week. It's been chaos. We've also been working through hiring. As you can see, one round of hiring was successful. We've got Seth Gelman here. I also helped with IT manager interviews. We've started the process for program coordinators. I don't know if I shared this before. Jackson let me know he will not be returning, but so if anyone has anyone really good in mind, send them my way. The ice rinks are open. We are not staffing them, but the warming house is open and monitored, so. Park planning, still working with the consultants to kind of work through some of the hiccups. Parks and Trails Commission stuff, policy updates, specifically the PEP program. And then council reports, development review committees, the standard. We had the holidays in there, so it might look a little shorter than it normally does. City council items, we had this was all last week at the meeting. Holiday toy and food drive resolution, so just recognizing the event and the donations that were received. A list of 2025 community events. So 19th Bark in the Park Holiday Toy and Food Drive. I expect to see you all there because I know how much you love community engagement. And then Park Enhancement Program, put some pep in your parks. And the annual report and 2025 priorities from the Parks and Trails Commission. So
I believe you also received an award.
I did receive an award.
Wow.
Tell us about
Tell
it.
us. We want to hear.
Please.
So I was nominated for the 4th time for what is called the Horizon Award. It's for someone with 8 years or less experience in the field, someone who gives back to the field, their community, puts in the time, and I won.
Yay.
It was me and Kevin O'Brien in Faribault, and I got to give a speech, and I didn't cry on stage. And it
Is this online? Can we go watch it?
It is actually. I can send you the video.
She didn't cry, we don't care.
No,
I'm kidding.
Mama didn't raise
Clearly
someone
didn't mean
who
much to you
cries
if you didn't cry.
speaking. No, it was really nice. It was a very humbling experience. It's the same organization that gave Tom an award. So you know it's real.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
That's the standard that they're holding me to.
There you
Wow.
That's how I know it's a big deal.
You earned it.
It is back at my desk though, so if anyone would like to see it, I have it.
That hanging
my
over the
queue.
bed at home?
You're right, I should put it on the ceiling. That way I can go to bed and wake up to it every
Yeah.
day.
No, congratulations, honey.
It's really.
Thank you. I was
Well
We're
deserved.
so proud of you.
I'm just excited. I thought it was so exciting. It's humbling though, to even be nominated is huge.
Do you know who
So how,
nominated you?
what is the organization exactly?
The Minnesota Recreation and Park Association.
So this is the professional organization
Yes.
for folks
it's
that
the
work like,
state
doing work like
professional.
yours.
Good.
There's hundreds of people in it, so.
So being recognized, it's a large pool that they get to choose from.
I guess I don't know how many people they got to choose from for the Horizon Award, but I know a few people who were nominated that I'm friends with, and I went,
Oh.
I bet there were hundreds nominated, and you,
That's what I'm gonna tell myself. So,
Good for
thank
you. Good for you.
Very nice.
All right, subcommittee reports. Garden Club? Tom, you got anything?
You know, the ground is still frozen.
Thanks for the report.
I still started a few seeds. There was a nice list of sort of top of the line catalogs that came out, and I forwarded some addresses to some of the other gardeners. You know, it's not hard to find, you know, Burpees and Harris and a few other kind of mainline ones. But the world of garden work is filled with many very small operations, real entrepreneurs who put together. They breed their own plants, they raise them, they sell them. They're just really interesting characters. It's just kind of fun to see what they're all up to.
Excellent. Park Dedication Fund.
Not updated.
Not
Not updated.
And then.
It will be by the 13th, because we have to get that information up to date, so.
All right, our new letter C, watershed report.
So,
Tom,
you know, as the alternate for Watershed Commission, now I've attended several meetings in a row. They're starting to recognize me, and that's really scary, frankly. But just like cities do comprehensive plans and parks, Superior Parks has to do a comprehensive plan for each individual park. The watershed also does a comprehensive plan. And this one is called the fourth generation plan. And it just keeps kind of current with current trends and understandings of how the watershed affects kind of everything in a city. So it's something of a big deal. You know, our weather has been so erratic in these last years that is really on the radar now. We cannot assume that in the lifetime of any of these developments that the precipitation and watershed issues are going to remain the same. So it's like, do we need to give? There's a rule from the watershed that says every foundation has to be a foot above the 100-year floodplain. Should that be 2 feet? You know, should that? And that's the kind of discussion that's starting. So it's pretty exciting in some really important ways, because the watershed screws up and you have to live with it for a long time. So
They have an open spot, don't they?
yes, the Corcoran has an open spot.
Are you looking to?
I am not. I'm really quite happy to be the alternate.
Okay.
But it would be wonderful to find somebody who has an interest and even a little experience. I mean, all I know is my own backyard. Somebody who is either has built a house or, you know, sort of understands the process, or somebody ideally would be a recently retired engineer, who is civil engineer, who would love to kind of keep their fingers in the mix. But it's 1 meeting a month. We do a little pre-meeting with Kevin, the city engineer, so that we know what we're talking about. But Corcoran is developing. I think for years we hardly ever had anything on the agenda, and now we've got several things, most every month. So it's changing. And Corcoran is the largest city by area in the watershed district. It's because well, we're all in the Elm Creek watershed. Not all of Maple Grove is, not all of Plymouth is, and not all of Maple Grove is. So we're the biggest one. It's a little geeky. It's really geeky. And that's not a complaint. It's technical, and the city engineers do the TAC, the technical committee meets prior, and they do really nice updates. It's like a development project that we get where lots of things are in place, and we mostly just listen, and typically we approve things with just a few questions. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.
Yep.
All right, no other business announcements?
Can I add one thing?
Yeah.
Reminder, we have a work session at 6:15 on No, I'm sorry, not,
We do?
yes.
Mhm.
Oh, man, no,
She's
man.
making it
6:15?
up.
You want to email us?
She's making
Third-
it up.
third-
Yeah, I'll email you. We have a work session before the next meeting.
Okay.
The February meeting.
Yep, and I'll confirm the time.
Confirmation.
Derek from Maple Grove is gonna come in and talk about the South Fork Rush Creek
Oh, the
Stream
restoration.
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 Okay.
I don't know if those words are in the right order.
The
Well,
South
I
Fork.
understood what you're talking about.
It must be,
South Fork Rush. The South Fork of the Rush Creek Stream Restoration.
it's right up where the 610 bridge is gonna
Okay.
go over. And dump on the Poor County Road 30. It's all in that area.
South Fork Rush Creek Stream Restoration. And it will be 6 to 6:45, Thursday, February 20th.
6 o'clock.
6.
6
Okay.
o'clock,
I wrote
Before our
those.
meeting? No.
work session.
Works.
And I did try and do it starting at 6, so that we can kind of just keep going.
Slide into
Ease
that.
on into it.
So that we don't have that break in between, or so long of a break.
It's your job to remind me.
Yeah, she can remind all of us.
Uh-huh.
What's that about,
Thank you for that.
February 15th-ish? The next meeting?
February 20th.
20th.
All right, nothing else on the agenda. Just want to make a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
And do we have a second?
Second.
You guys want to fight over it?
No, I'll second it. Get everyone in there.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.